I don't think so.
And that's an indictment on
you think
Michael
they need
Penix.
Our friend Harry Douglas better keep that bird head handy. For those who didn't see it, check it out on social media. I haven't laughed that hard in a minute.
Oh, my
Harry
gosh.
Douglas, so ashamed by his Atlanta Falcons that he did the show with a bird head on so that he didn't have to show his face.
Yeah, what were they? Number 2 in my hot mess rankings this week?
Bad.
They were up there.
The teams that go in looking good and come out looking poor. Yeah, I think they're not trying to.
Are we going to continue to update the hot mess rankings? 'Cause
Not up to me. I will. But
I like
kind
it
of
too.
dig it.
yeah, I have no problem doing it.
Okay.
It's up to Vegas East if they want to continue.
It's not up to me. Are you into it? We'll do it.
Of course, I'll do it.
It was a good thing we did.
Yeah, of course I'll do it.
Then we'll do it.
Okay, great.
You did a good thing. So.
Wow.
I just want to make sure we have to be clear. We have to be clear on what it is, because this is where it gets into that weird gray area. How I define the hot mess is someone looking good going in and looking bad on the other way out, right? On the way out. Because your Giants aren't a hot mess to me.
Yeah, but it can go from bad to worse.
Okay, now here's where
the Dolphins were on the list, right?
Our buddy Peter Schrager, who we love, had them as a wild card team this year. So there was some belief. There was some belief that they could be good.
Yeah, I don't know what Schrags was on that day.
Well,
you know what? It's one of those let me throw a super bold take out there. We all do that.
Well,
Super Bowl. I said Aaron Rodgers would be the MVP.
Had the third shortest odds to be the first coach fired this season. It ain't like we didn't see this coming.
Well, okay,
we knew they were going to be bad. We just didn't know how bad.
Right.
Here's where it's interesting. I cannot believe I'm leading into this saying this. It's not off the table for the Ravens and the Chiefs to be considered for the hot mess list.
Ooh.
I mean, if one of these teams this weekend is going to fall to 1-3, barring a tie, okay? And if there are things that all of a sudden become dramatic around it, where you have comments post-game, well, we're clearly not good at this, or this person's doing that, where you have the infighting, or maybe you have a coach, not head coach, but like what the Falcons did, wide receiver coach gets fired.
Well, have we not already seen that? Travis Kelce and Andy Reid going at it on the sidelines?
Sure.
I know we've seen that in the Super Bowl. It's not the first time we've seen those two get in one another's faces. And Andy Reid, of course, tried to temper that down post-game, talking about Travis Kelce's intensity. But we're seeing their frustrations in real time. We're seeing the hot mess play out.
There are cracks. It doesn't look as good as it once did.
So does the regular season now matter for the Chiefs?
Yes.
Wow.
We're at that point now. The Kansas City Chiefs don't look good.
No.
The defense is giving the offense runway, but it doesn't feel like the offense is making any progress. And I know everybody is waiting on Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice to get back before they make their final assessment of what they think this iteration of the Kansas City Chiefs will be. I just don't know when Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy turned into Jerry Rice and John Taylor. I don't know when that happened. Everybody thinks these dudes are coming to save the day, and I don't know that they can save the bad that we've seen from Kansas City. Something looks off from this team, and I can't help but go back to what you said last year, Smalls, about the Kansas City Chiefs. The deep playoff runs, the accumulative effect of playing those high-intensity games late into the season, late into January and early February. In the Patrick Mahomes era of Chiefs football, Kansas City has played 9 more games than any other team during that span. That's 2 more months of football than anybody else. That catches up to you. And it feels like this is the season where it's finally going to come back to bite them, especially when you consider the competition in their division. So when we start talking about the hot mess rankings and one of these two teams
hovering,
leaving Arrowhead 1-3 this Sunday, I feel better about the Ravens being able to dig themselves out of that hole than Kansas City.
So if the Ravens win, it's a benison. It's a sign that positive things are coming.
Yes.
Whereas with the Chiefs, even if they win the game, still cause for concern.
Yes.
Benison.
It's a sign of goodwill. Yeah. But if the Ravens win, I think we'll be like, okay. Even though we don't feel great about the Chiefs, we'll think they're starting to turn the corner. Maybe the beginning of the season was the outlier. The Ravens will round into form and be the team we expected them to be.
Yeah, let me say this about this game on Sunday. I don't think the Chiefs can win this game. I think the Ravens have to lose this game. And I can't remember the last time I said that about a Patrick Mahomes-led team.
but the Ravens are also very capable of losing the game.
Exactly.
The
Everybody
Ravens are very
can see a
capable
very
of
real
losing.
scenario where Baltimore puts it on the ground again, throws an interception, a turnover, gives up a big play on a busted coverage. Everybody can see the Ravens doing that. But I guess that's my point. It'll take that for Kansas City to win because that offense is not good. Defensively, they can hold people down. They do a decent enough job of that. But even still, there are some issues on the back end of that unit. So, again, I think for the first time in a long time, we have to pay close attention to what Kansas City does in the regular season. And it feels like they're the ones that need some help when it comes to beating the upper echelon teams. The upper echelon teams have to make mistakes in order for them to be able to have success and win those games.
I wonder if a second half Ravens lead is now in. You go to ESPN Bet, you live bet against them because they've blown so many second half leads. I wonder if there's money to be made on ESPN Bet. Betting against the Ravens with the lead in the second half, which is the weirdest thing to say because they have a 2-time MVP who could have been a 3-time MVP last year. So now when you look at this game, which unit are you more concerned with, the Chiefs offense or the Ravens defense?
The Chiefs offense, man.
Big time.
It has to be the Chiefs offense. Evan, they're one-dimensional. They can't run the football, and they have no downfield passing attack to speak of.
What happened to the running game? I loved Isaiah Pacheco. What happened to him?
It kind of limits what you can be.
But what happened to the running game? Isaiah Pacheco ran harder. And I'm not saying he doesn't run hard now, but like visually ran harder than any person in the league. Would like pummel people. What happened to that?
He's getting pummeled now.
Yeah, he's getting pummeled now.
That's my point.
But I thought their offensive line was better.
The offensive line is better when it comes to pass protection. That doesn't mean that they're moving people off the ball. And you still got Jawan Taylor, who's good for a penalty in every single half of football that he plays in. You still have some self-inflicted wounds. You still have mental errors. You still have drops. You have all of those things that are present. And these are impediments that Patrick Mahomes has to overcome on top of some talent deficiency issues. I just think it's too much to ask of him. And that's why, based on what I've seen the first 3 weeks of the season, I'm asking some serious questions about the front office of the Kansas City Chiefs taking the greatness of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid for granted. It does not feel like they approach this season with the requisite urgency required in order to contend at the level that we're accustomed to seeing them.
It's wild to think that the Ravens and the Chiefs, Sunday, 4:25 p.m. Eastern time, even based on going into it, may not be the game of the weekend. To think that those two teams could play each other at this point, and we could have a game, which we'll get to in a minute here, that is actually going to be better in terms of hype than this game.
The result of the game is what builds the anticipation, not what we actually see on the field.
Which is the difference between that game and the next game, which could potentially be an NFC championship preview and maybe a game that the Super Bowl champs don't want to actually see. We'll get to that after I tell everybody about ZipRecruiter. What if a quarterback like